Welcome in YouTube. DutyRon checking in again this afternoon with another live video. Thank you so much for joining, everybody, friends, family, loved ones, live viewers, replay viewers. Hi, Yvette. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you for coming in. We don't want it that close. Salam to my good friend Mahid Alfro, my Muslim friends from Saudi Arabia. Always welcome. Brenda, good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you are. Welcome in to the DutyRon chat. It's great to see everybody. Hello, Christopher. Good to see you. Thank you for joining, guys. So, again, if you don't mind, share it out. Alexis, thank you for joining. Hi, Gingerlock's mom. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Rebecca, thank you for joining. Bella Mac, great to see everyone. Brenda Cross is here. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on in. I hope the signal is holding up pretty good. Today, we had a couple of storms here, and the signal is kind of weak, so I'm not sure if it's holding up good. Kate Watts, good to see you. Thank you so much, Giovanni. Thank you so much, Giovanna. Thank you so much for coming in. Mary, Swamp Pie, good to see you. Thank you. Actual justice served today. That is a correct assumption. Nikki, Malloy, I think I'm saying that right, Malloy. Good to see you. Linda Woods, thank you so much. Bail was denied. Unequivocally, the federal judge declined the defense argument for bail for Jeffrey Epstein. This is the multi-millionaire, billionaire hedge fund manager who has been abusing young underage girls for decades upon decades and been getting away with it. The long arm of the law, as I stated, guys, if you're new in the channel, my name is DutyRon. I'm a retired NYPD detective. As I stated early on in this case, bail denied. I would have been very surprised if they granted him bail. His bail was denied. He tried to offer somewhere in the figure of $222 million in bail between his home, his private jet, and all of his assets, and bail was unequivocally denied. He is a huge flight risk. He has a big means. He's got many contacts and means to become a flight risk. So Jeffrey Epstein, thank you to the federal courts. His bail was denied. Hi Loretta, good to see you. Will Cox, great to see you. I'm going to create a community post. If you guys don't mind, I ask that you please invite your subscribers and your followers on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on any of your social media platforms. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just creating a quick post, and then I'm going to look back up at the chat. So thank you. Hello, Miriam Poole. Good to see you. Yes, we're all happy that justice has starting to be served. This guy was brought in with purple scrubs on, purple jail uniform. He had his sleeves rolled up. He didn't show any emotion. He basically just sat there stone-faced. MJ, good to see you. He sit there stone-faced. There's so many articles and so many reports out in regards to this case. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock to not hear about it, or so far disconnected from media that, you know, I mean, I think everybody in the world knows about this pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein. This guy is a menace to society. He is definitely a flight risk, definitely a danger to the community. And as the judge put it, there's no amount of money that could keep the community safe from him. So his lawyer tried to argue that they were putting up a large amount of bail, willing to put up a large amount of bail and assets. And the judge fired back that no amount of money can keep people safe from this guy. So hello, Life of MC, good to see you. Thank you for joining. So money did not save him, as everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people were sending me messages like, DutyRon, he has so much money, he's going to get out of it. He's always been getting out of it. But there comes a time when you get to your end of the rope. Hello, Josher. Good to see you, Josh. Thank you for joining. Everybody, check out Life of MC's channel. Subscribe to her channel. Please, please, please check out her videos. She's in the Philippines and she's bringing you a lot of great stuff. So let me scroll back really quick because I hate when I miss stuff. Gingerlocks is doing a dance. Excellent. Cheryl Ramsey, good to see you. MJ Doris. Emily, thank you for joining. Yeah, exactly, Christopher. I agree. I'm sure that the island wasn't just specifically designed for that, but it turned into that. Bella, I agree. Emily, thank you, thank you. Let's look back and see what was going on. Bella Mac with a big denied. Yes. He's a huge flight risk. I agree, Alicia. Let's see. Paulette Kelly says, woo woo, bail denied. Awesome. So I'm scrolling back. Judy Metcalf, good to see you. Thank you, Kara Boomer, Baby Boomer. Thank you. It's not the same as Pizzagate. No. Linda Wood, good to see you in on my live. Thank you for joining. Let's see. I didn't see anything moderated here. Greetings, everyone. Hello. Excellent news, says Astro Haterade. Astro Haterade. I like that name. Awesome. Okay, so let me get back to it. Let's just see if Joey Brooklyn's here. D90, good to see you. Let me send a message to Joey Brooklyn. I'm live. I need my director of security here. Hopefully he's here. Red Like Wine, good to see you. Thank you guys for sharing it out. If you're new into my channel, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom right over here somewhere. It's like a little subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell and share my broadcast out with your other friends and followers. Get the word out. DutyRon is putting out a message. We're going to listen to the Fox News report. Let's listen to a 30, 40-second clip. Here we go, guys.
Willing to pay whatever it took to get out.
This is about the bail hearing.
45 years in prison for sex trafficking and conspiracy. He had $70,000 in cash.
Hold on, let's start it from the beginning. This is about the bail hearing denied. This is a Fox News report. So let's listen to the Fox News report. I'm not going to respond to comments. Let's hear what they had to say about this. Ready?
Took to get out of jail. He faces up to package. He was honestly willing to pay whatever it took to get out of jail. He faces up to 45 years in prison for sex trafficking and conspiracy.
45 years.
He had $70,000 in cash in a safe they found when they went into his home, 48 loose diamonds, and then a fake Austrian passport found in his Florida home. I mean, so not only is he a danger to society, unlike his lawyers had tried to claim he was not, when you've got dozens of people who have accused you of rape, essentially, and those victims are 14 years old, how much more danger to society can you possibly be? And then let's just talk about the flight risk. He was going to hire private guards to watch him in his 21,000 square foot home. That's going to do it. I mean, this is privilege and wealth, and a judge slapped him down.
Yeah, and it's appropriate. We see that the bail is a big issue in this country. But think about this: the number of victims out there, and the resources he has. The judge has two things he has to look at. Is he a flight risk? Is he a danger to the community? On this, you can give whatever assurance that you want to give. All the resources in the world, security guards, all of that. Bottom line is, these allegations are so outrageous that any judge looking at it, can you imagine being the judge looking at this and saying, oh, I feel confident that he's not going to do something that's bad or evil or try to protect himself? No, they're going to look at that and say, I'm going to be safe. We're going to go to trial on this case. And let me tell you, that why do they want him out so desperately? It's almost impossible to defend on a case like this while you're incarcerated.
Yeah, I mean, it is also very impossible to defend how anyone could have let him get away with it. And I believe that is why Alexander Acosta had to step down, because under his watch in Florida, he was allowed to basically serve no time behind bars. He was sentenced to some 12 or 13 months, most of which he spent outside of court, and outside of a jail cell. So in this case, New York now needs to sort of make up for the mistakes in the past. There are those in New York, though, that have also covered his path up until now. I'm wondering how many heads will roll here in New York.
Well, you know, I've been the U.S. attorney before. I was appointed by President Bush. Victims of sexual assault are cases that are vital and important. And the most important aspect of it is the victim in the case and granting them the rights that they are afforded under the
Thank
Victims'
you.
Rights Act. You look at that past case in Florida, it not only makes you scratch your head, but it's devastating to think of the impact.
Right.
Now you look at what New York is doing.
I'm going to pause it a second. These girls and these victims were victimized 2 times by the justice system. Number 1, by him getting off easy, and number 2, they were not notified of the deal that was cut. And that's what they're talking about here. The victims, these young girls, were victimized times 2. Number 1, he got a slap on the wrist. He got a 13-month sentence from the county, Palm County, and he was allowed to be out for 12 hours a day. That's not a prison sentence when you can go and do whatever you want to do for 12 hours a day. For all we know, God forbid, he was out having sex with more young girls and enticing them with money while he was doing his jail time. So, I mean, that could have been a possibility. I don't know that he did that, but I'm saying for 12 hours a day, for 6 days a week out of the 7, he was allowed free reign for 12 hours to do whatever. You know how much you could do in 12 hours? It's just disgusting. So now they're going to bring him to justice. He's going to get the full extent of the law. And at 66 years old, if you get a 45-year prison sentence, at 66, do the math. Most people, our mortality does not take us into our hundreds. There's only certain people who are blessed with living past 90 in their high 90s. So if he gets a 45-year sentence at 66, he's going to be 111 years old. So this sentence is a life sentence. It's the rest of his life, ladies and gentlemen. So for those of you who made the comments that this is not long enough, this is what the law provides. Under the federal law, that's what the sentence provides. He will do every second of his 45 years, and he will live, he'll live out the rest of his life behind bars. So here we go. I'll finish.
They're separate jurisdictions, of course, and they have to bring separate cases, but they're going to treat it a lot differently, knowing what occurred in Florida.
Yeah. All right, Brett Tolman, thank you very much. Wish we had more time. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you. A special ceremony at the White House is about to take place in
become debt-free and
okay. So that was the news from Fox News. That was a report based on his bail for Jeffrey Epstein, unequivocally denied. 45 years is going to carry him right to the rest of his natural-born lifetime. He's not going to see the light of day. He's going to die in jail. And I'm hoping that between you and I, guys, I'm hoping that some street justice, some jailhouse justice gets him in jail as well. Thank you to Farmall Fanatic for the super chat. Thank you so much, Farmall Fanatic. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Farmall Fanatic, please go and check out his channel. He runs a wonderful program on his YouTube channel. So go check out Farmall Fanatic. He's a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of all of ours in the YouTube community. He's a respectful gentleman. I give him 100% seal of approval. I've checked out his channel many times. He will give you different perspectives from farm life, and it gives a refreshing look at what it's like to live out in the country. And it's a good, easy, clean living. I wouldn't say easy, but it's a good, clean living, and it's really a breath of fresh air in my eyes when I go and watch his channel. I always leave there feeling good. So, Farmall Fanatic, thank you for what you do, and much respect going your way to my southern counterparts back over in your neck of the woods. So give him a check. Farmall Fanatic, great guy. Check out Joey Brooklyn. That's my good friend right here locally in the Brooklyn, New York area. Joey Brooklyn, again, is a wonderful personal friend of mine. I can't say enough good about him. Go check out his channel. He's got a lot to offer in the ways of respect and honor. He supports his local law enforcement, his military, and he proudly wears the NYPD hat that I gave Joey Brooklyn some time ago when we were down in Little Italy together. I think it was a little bit before that, but Joey Brooklyn always sports the NYPD blue, NYPD strong hat. I'm going to get together with Joey Brooklyn really soon, and I'm looking forward to breaking bread with him and his beautiful wife somewhere down the line before this summer is over. So let me check in on the chat real quick. Let me check in on the chat. Good news, again, breaking news. Jeffrey Epstein, billionaire financer from hedge fund financer guy, child pedophile, a basic low life scum, somebody who you wouldn't want living on your block. You wouldn't want this guy living next to you. You wouldn't want this guy walking free anywhere in the United States. And unfortunately, he slipped outside of the long arm of the law, and he got away with it. So here we go. Let me just scroll back. Bella Mac says, I still can't believe Amici 2 closed down. Not sure what that means. Beth Days, good to see you. Red Like Wine, thank you so much. Dylan always wears a New York Fire Department hat. Just kidding. Thank goodness he must rot in jail. Barb, I agree. Cat in a Hat, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Mama Ange, good to see you. Sandy, I'm scrolling back, so don't make any comments right now. Stand by. Cheryl Ramsey says, where will all his assets go? Does he still have wife? He was never married. He has no children. His assets, property, real property, will be frozen by the government. Meg Lowe, great to see you guys. Oh, always go subscribe and check out Meg Lowe's channel. She has a lot of good stuff going on hers. Mandy Hall, thank you for joining. All right, I think I got everybody. I'm going back. So, yes, here we go. Viewed this. Thank you for coming in. Carol Baby Boomer says, yes, that was what I was wondering. Trump girl somewhere, and I thought overall it ran deeper and it was connected. All right, I'm missing some of the comments. All right, so again, as I stated, and I said this as soon as he was collared, he was arrested the weekend of 4th of July on a Saturday at Teterboro Airport when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested coming off of his personal plane at Teterboro Airport coming back from Paris. I said he will be denied bail and will rot in jail until his trial is over and he is convicted. He will be convicted and sentenced to the maximum 45 plus years. His charges may change. His charges may be upgraded to more years. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may get your wishes. Your wishes may come true for more than the 45 years because there'll be more charges that'll be brought upon him. It's not like once they charge him with stuff, that they could stop charging him. As more crimes come forward and more girls come forward and more victims make statements and make complaints, there can be more charges as well. This is a day to celebrate for the victims. Absolutely. Trump Girl says, I hope everyone on this channel knows what else was going on his island. Of course, Trump Girl, we speak about that on a regular basis, but this is not a broadcast about what has gone on his island. This is a broadcast about a victory for the victims today. He is now rotting in jail where he's going to have a hard time, Trump Girl, and we are happy to report, as the title says, Jeffrey Epstein, bail denied. If my title obviously said Jeffrey Epstein, let's talk about his island of horrors, then we would talk about that. But I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and we all are aware of what's going on, what this sick animal has done in the past, and probably right up until the day he got arrested, he was committing these heinous acts. So, I am happy as a law enforcement professional, as an ex-retired New York City police detective, that the wheels of justice, the long arm of the law, has gotten a hold of Jeffrey Epstein, and I'm happy to report that today. I'm happy to talk to you guys about it today.
We would like to move forward in, solemn, peace with the president and just sort of move forward. The country is only going to be hurt by this and not helped. And isn't that the whole point that we...
All right, let's see what else we got going on. I want to see if there's any more coverage. Stand by. Here we go. Hi, Katina. How are you? Good to see you, Katina.
Came out blasting Rand Paul on.
Ms. Walker, I think that there's a silent majority of people who have been getting.
I mean, we could sit and speculate all day long, but I wouldn't do that. So I'm not going to speculate until facts come out. My channel is definitely not about pointing fingers and speculating who did what. I'm a firm believer that if the evidence comes out and somebody has committed a crime, to bring them to justice. I'm not the kind of person that says, oh, she probably did this, she probably did that. I don't live that way. I live basically because of the life of law enforcement that I had. I go and look at what we have as evidence. And if there's evidence out there to arrest the highest authority in our land, then I'm all for arresting him. I would put the handcuffs on him myself, okay? But if there's no evidence, you can't go and make an arrest just because we speculate and think that someone's involved. There might be a chance that they are involved, but I'm not here to do that. I don't do that. Glad I get your channel. We don't get the news until later. With your channel, I get the news 3 hours sooner. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. It is a great day for the victims. It's a great day for the justice department, the justice system. The justice system definitely failed these victims, and I really, really feel strongly about that. I feel like they failed the victims 2 times. Number one, by giving him a very slap on the wrist, very, very weak sentence. And then number 2, by not notifying them that they made that deal. So, it's a sad situation. Joey Brooklyn, are you in the house? A little bit of roll call. Let's do a little roll call, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's like 60, 70 people here hanging out. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're new, your city, your state, your country, where you're watching from. If you're new, if I know where you are already, then it's okay. You don't have to. But let me know if you're new, first time viewing, where you're watching from, your city, state, or country, and I'll give you a shout out. Excellent. Memphis, Tennessee, Tulsa, Oklahoma, says Loretta. Thank you so much, Meow. Thank you so much. Hi, Kim. How are you? Drum roll, says Joe Schmo. First timer from the UK. Well, welcome in, Mark, from across the pond. Mark Cooper, always a pleasure to have you. I'm in France, viewing for the first time. Excellent, Higher Digital. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being in here. In Mexico, I am new too. Nice. Monterey, California. Good to see you. London, UK, says Bella Mac. Joey was in before, but I got a couple of moderators here, so it's awesome. Please pay attention to cover. Please pay your cover charge and hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Cheryl, someone stated that they were all models. Not true. We're not going to be talking about that today. We're not going to be talking about it. Round Rock, Texas, where the heat index is 107, says my good friend Duty Blue. Good to see you. Dylan, thank you so much for being in here. Catherine says she's fairly new from New Orleans, by the way of North Babylon, Long Island, New York. Excellent, Catherine. Excellent. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'd like to hear about that relocation, what goes into it behind the relocation from Babylon, New York to New Orleans. That's a heck of a relocate. I mean, it's cool. A lot of girls were average. Okay, excellent. I agree, Mahid. I agree, 100%. I am near you, Yvette, says Cheryl. So she's down over by Louisiana. Oh, we got a couple of Louisianans in here. Excellent. Excellent. Good stuff. All right, so that's about it on the coverage with Jeffrey Epstein, guys. As I predicted, he was going to get denied bail. And true to form, Jeffrey Epstein, bail has been denied. Black Rose, great to see you. Thank you so much for being in on the broadcast. Anybody have any questions in regards to the bail denial and what the next step is? Anybody with any questions in regards to the judicial process of what goes on next?
And then back to play again.
He's a very social dog. Some dogs have that behavior, and some dogs.
Anybody? Bueller. Hi, DutyRon. Awesome news. Let the justice be served. I agree. I agree.
Things we have tracking officer.
There you go. There you go.
Building searches, area searches.
Thank you,
evidence
Kara.
search. Each one of those.
Bella Max says, "Tell us what you know." She's like, she's got a big light over me.
That specific job. So, we don't want them when we're looking for evidence or article search in the woods.
Okay.
We don't want them in the drive.
So,
looking for a person.
You're welcome, Josh. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Officer protection.
And Joe says, "Bill up, give up, Bill." Important to note that not only hold on.
And that's the cue for him. Again, well, great work. Sean Morris, great to talk to you.
There you go, Penny.
Appreciate the work you do and dogs that just solve crimes and help keep us safe.
My heart is fluttering with justice being served, says Cheryl. No pressure. Bella says, "Tell us what you know." I feel like there's a big light over me right now. DutyRon, I'm reading the book now. I'll email you some pictures. Thank you, Aaron. How are you, Aaron? Really good to see you. Good to see you, Aaron. Thank you for coming. Wisdom TV Nigeria, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Black Rose, thank you for putting it up. Take care, Alexis. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. D90 is saying hello to Little Dove. It's about time that money didn't buy freedom. I agree. I agree. Will they look into the footage, drone footage? Probably not. Probably not. They don't need the drone footage to charge him with the crimes. You don't need the drone footage. You just, you need substantial evidence, and I don't think the drone footage is going to provide them with anything but a look at the island. They're not going to be showing you acts of sex, and that's what he's being charged with. So anyways, the next phase is discovery. They're going to share the evidence that they have with the defense and the prosecution. The prosecutors will share the evidence that they have with the defense because they're required to by law. And LT Mitch, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. There'll be some behind the scenes stuff that'll go on between the prosecution and the defense, and the trial will commence in probably within 2 months. So I would say, if I had to guess at this, the trial of Jeffrey Epstein will commence somewhere in September. Sometime in September, we should be looking at a commencement of a trial and charges against Jeffrey Epstein. That gives the prosecution some more time to interview. Don't forget, every day there's probably extra witnesses coming forward. Most women now are who have been victimized are feeling empowered, which is great. Some of these victims are now banding together and getting together and ready to talk about what type of crimes were committed against them. So I think that I'm not sure about that, Katina. The feds are not very willing to let. They're not. They. I'll put it this way. They keep the cameras out of the courtroom much more strict than local and state do. I agree, Catherine. 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. So Epstein is a menace to young women, and it's in the world in general, a dangerous predator who had to be reined in to protect. Yes. Thank you, Daphne, for always coming in and your support, and thank you for moderating on my channel and always being here when I go live. I appreciate that. Within 2 months, what about all the new girls, females that dare to tell their story? That gives them time to come forward. So it may be longer than 2 months, or it may be shorter, depending on how many new victims come in and give statements. If their weeks go by and nobody's come in, then they'll look to try to commence with the going forward. They have, listen, let me make something really clear to you guys. They have right now, the Southern District of New York has an overwhelming amount of evidence right now to go forward and get him 45 years in prison. They feel that with the evidence that they have right now, that they have enough to commence forward right today with the trial. Okay, so he right now the evidence that's against him is overwhelming, and they have enough to go forward if it was trial day today with a successful prosecution against him. So anything that comes forward from here on is just going to be icing on the cake. It's icing on the cake, guys. Aaron, thank you so much for being in here. Much love and respect to you. Thank you so much. So just understand this. As new stuff comes in, we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not talking about other big politicians that may get taken down in new trials and new prosecutions against people like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, or whoever you want to talk about. Big politicians and big named people could be going down in the future, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. We're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So, you know, as far as the federal lockup and the federal prison system, it is better than state and local. It's run more efficient, but it is basically a prison, and it's not anything that he's used to. That's for sure. Jeffrey Epstein is a hedge fund a manager. He's a longtime spoon-fed wealthy guy who has been pushed along the way. He's 66 years old, but he's a wealthy hedge fund manager, and he's got a lot of money, and he knows a lot of people in politics and in higher places, and that's pretty much have gotten him to skate for 20 plus years, 2 decades. So that's the story here from New York City, guys. It is 2:51 in the afternoon. Jeffrey Epstein is now not going to see the light of day for the rest of his life, as far as I can see, barring any type of major screw up in this prosecution. Now, a prosecutor can screw this case up, which I highly doubt. The Southern District is the top-notch law enforcement authority. They're not going to screw this case up. And I'm going to tell you that with extreme conviction. The Southern District, the prosecution rate is extremely high success rate. It's in the high 90s. They're in the high 90s. In other words, the cases they bring forward, they're in the 90 percentile of conviction rates. So he's not a Teflon Don, Joe. So conviction rate, very high. I can tell you with extreme confidence that Jeffrey Epstein, mark my words, will not see the light of day for the rest of his natural born life. He will die in prison. His resting place is going to be in a federal penitentiary. Hello, Thamer 646. Good to see you, Thamer. So that's the situation. That you heard it here first at DutyRon, on DutyRon's channel. Jeffrey Epstein, bail has been denied, and he will no longer be a sexual predator free to run his terror network of abuse of young girls and children. He has had sexual relations with young kids 14 years old and maybe younger. We may hear even younger. I pray every day that this guy stays in jail for the rest of his life. He is a piece of garbage, human garbage. So, ladies and gents, that's the story here from New York City. I'm going to see if there's any other...
Fox trending.
Hold on.
Now, Kristen, you like rap music.
Hold on a second.
I do.
With
Energy.
Shop for your life insurance.
As our menu has changed.
I'm trying to see if there's anything extra.
research program.
Jerry Foxhoven tells the New York Times he was asked to go a day after he sent an email to the entire agency praising the rapper.
Let's listen to the top news.
The press obtained emails from Foxhoven that show
That everything is pretty good.
At just 11 years old.
It's here in the summer and it's real hot.
Serious XM for the first time.
All right, nothing's playing right now.
Tattoo on the stomach, just
But we basically went over it all. This is just going to be redundant. I don't think there's much more to say. Anybody who's given super chat in the chat, send me an email. Farmwall, I think Fanatic was the only one, and then there was another person. Send me an email at DutyRon@AOL.com, DutyRon@AOL.com. Send me an email and put in the subject Super Chat. I'd like to send you a personal thank you card. Just a small way of me saying thanks for the Super Chat. So please, if you send Super Chat during the course of this broadcast, I think it's 2 people, send me an email, and I would love to send you out a thank you card, one of my personal business cards, and a New York City police card. It's a plastic, it looks like a credit card, but it won't get you any money out of the ATM, but it's a small plastic card. It's my way of saying thanks. It's a collector's item. You could keep it, and I will sign the back of it and put your name on it. My way of saying thanks for Super Chat. So anybody have any closing questions or quick Q&A I'll take for a couple of minutes, and then we'll close it out. Q&A for a couple of minutes. I don't believe he's in protective custody, Emily, but I'll look into that. You're welcome, Bella Mac. Thank you so much for being in here. Much love and respect to you. Hi, Mrs. Coley. How are you? Joey Brooklyn is back in the building. Joey Brooklyn's back. We missed you, Joe. We missed you. We missed you, JoJo. Popeye's doing good. Popeye's doing good. All right, so no questions? No questions? I just got my hair cut, says Joey. Me too. I got a haircut the other day. I think I got to do it again tomorrow. I think I got to take a haircut tomorrow. I got to get a haircut. Little Dove says, thank you, Ron, for keeping us posted. Have a good afternoon, everybody. I'll see you soon, Mrs. Coley. Miss Coley. Little Dove. Miss Coley, good to see you. I am doing really good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just getting a little confused by the chat. I'm looking here. I'm looking there. I'm looking here. I'm looking there. I'm getting screwed up. So I hope you're doing well, too. I hope you're doing well. We're in the process of moving. The movers are here. Okay. Somewhere around September, Joey, I would say. It's my guess. Ron, how does Patreon work? I'll talk to you privately about that. But it basically is a direct insight, direct communication with DutyRon for any type of, and I give you a little behind the scenes special broadcast, some insight into crime cases and things of that nature. And anybody that has questions in regards to legal stuff within their life or what's going on, I give availability on Patreon as well. So it's literally like direct access one-on-one with DutyRon. Go on to my Patreon site and read what you get for all the different levels of Patreon support. There's different levels of what you get. Thank you, Joe Schmo. Thank you for that. Yes, I think I have 17 Patreon supporters right now, about 16 or 17 Patreon supporters. And I'm very thankful to each and every one of you. There are some who are in this chat right now. So without mentioning any names, there are some in the chat right now. Katina, without mentioning any names. But I have a couple of Patreon supporters within the chat. Meg Lowe, Katina, and a couple more hanging on out in the chat right now. So much love and respect to you guys for the Patreon support. So thank you for that. All right, ladies, gents, everybody out there, so good to see you. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for giving the thumbs up. Leave me some comments in the comment section. If you have anything that you want to talk about, drop me a few comments down in the comment section. Katina, I knew that would get you to laugh. I really appreciate the comments. I appreciate the positive interaction within the chat. Lipstick Chick, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Wildlife. I love that screen name. Really cool. And thank you to all of my moderators like Black Rose, Joey Brooklyn. You guys are fantastic. Katina, I don't know why, but now you are a moderator. I thought I had you as moderator, Katina, but you're on there now. Katina, if you want to see the, put a comment up, you'll see you got your little wrench there. Duty Blue says 9/11 fun. When will they revisit it? Very soon. There were two, I don't want to get into it here, but there were two senators that blocked the bill temporarily yesterday. and they are pieces of work. And don't even get me started. Rand Paul is one of them. I don't even want to talk about it right now because that's a whole nother broadcast. There it is. Katina is in on the moderation crew. So thank you for always being here. Yeah, Dylan, I can't even go into it here. If I went into it here, it would turn this whole thing into a real ugly broadcast because I'd be screaming and hollering. Randy Horton's in the building. Guys, everybody, please go subscribe to Randy Horton. There he is in the chat. He is from Henderson, Tennessee. He is living in Saudi Arabia and working. He's been there for a long time. And he goes live on YouTube and Periscope. So Randy W. Horton, I think a lot of you already know him. Go catch him. There he is. What's up, sir? There's Randy Horton. He's a great friend of everybody. Julie K is also in the house. Good to see you, Julie. Thank you for joining. So if you're just joining the broadcast, we are bringing in breaking news. Jeffrey Epstein, bail denied. I'm about to leave and go out the door. When I first joined, I didn't know about the moderation identification. Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you. You deserve it. You deserve it. DutyRon, do you get all funds on Patreon? Yes. They take about 1%. It's a very small, so almost all of it we get. Julie, thank you for the hearts and the kiss. I appreciate that. DutyRon, do you know me? I don't know. Do I know you? Am I supposed to know you? If I do, if I'm supposed to know you, or if you know me, just introduce yourself. That's the right thing to do. I don't know, would I ever walk up to somebody and say, do you know me? Hey, do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know me? You, police, do you know me? Does anybody go and say, like if you had somebody in person, did you go, hey, do you know me? Do you know me? So, anyways, guys, I think I brought you enough of the Jeffrey Epstein no bail denied. Hello, good to see you. Thank you for joining from I believe the Philippines. From the Philippines. I'm not sure. So, good to see you, Jobs. DeKellos. I don't know if I'm messing that name up. You might have to correct me next time you are in one of the lives. You are from the Philippines. Yes, welcome in. My good Philippine friends are always welcome here on my broadcast. Many, many really good people from the Philippines. So go, everyone, check out Jobs DeKellos channel right here at 3:02 p.m. Check out her channel. She has a YouTube channel, and I'm subscribed to it. Yeah, Joe, that was a you police moment. You sound as Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. Crash 19691. Great news. I agree. Thank you so much. Thank you. Megan's Birdie. Always a pleasure to have you. I'm glad that I can get you to laugh once a day or whenever I go live. All right, there's my Gilligan's Island hat, guys. Here's my Gilligan's Island hat. I'll put this on for you guys. So this is, everybody take your screenshots. This is my Gilligan's Island. This is sunscreen approved. I have skin cancer on my nose, so this is a sunscreen approved hat. It has sunscreen built into it, so the sun cannot get through here and penetrate. So this is my Columbia sunscreen approved hat. What do you think, guys? Not too bad, right? Not good? All right, guys, enough kidding around. Good to see you. I'll talk to you all soon. I have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all DutyRon. DutyRon, all one word, on all social media. Follow me there. Subscribe to my YouTube. Go to my website, DutyRon.com. Over on DutyRon.com, you'll find everything on social media. You'll also find links to the NYPD for computer crimes, for cyberbullying, and a lot of good tips. So go check it out. I will speak to you all soon. Thank you, Pamela Long, for the hugs. Thank you to everyone who's given Super Chat. And again, whoever has given Super Chat, send me an email. I will send you out a thank you, one of my business cards, and a New York City PBA card. My way of saying thanks. So thank you to all the Super Chatters out there and everybody who has subscribed and supported my channel through all the different various ways to do it. Thank you for ringing the bell and all of the good stuff. Much love and respect from my house to yours. I'll see you all soon. At DutyRon, I'm done with Patreon. Excellent. I'm going to go check. I'm going to go check too. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. Always good to see you. Guys, another thing before everyone goes. Catherine, 1967, wonderful supporter of mine from outside the country. She's a Keanu Reeves. Her channel is devoted to Keanu Reeves, and she loves him as an actor and as a person. Go and check out Catherine 1967. Go check out her YouTube. I implore everyone here to go and check out her channel. Subscribe to it as I have subscribed to it. I always try to leave beautiful comments on her videos. She uploads a lot of stuff about the actor Keanu Reeves, who is a great supporter of the New York City Police Department, of our New York City firemen and all first responders, law enforcement throughout the world, throughout the country, and he also supports our military. So go check out Catherine 1967. Check out my good friend Randy W. Horton in Saudi Arabia, Life of MC, my good friend Joey Brooklyn, all of the great ones in here. Subscribe to everybody and have a great day. Much love and respect from DutyRon. Peace.